very good evening to you. Thank you for choosing KUTV's news at 9. We'll begin with the highlights. Former Treasury CS Ukur Yatani and Marsabit Governor Mohammed Ali arrested over graft. Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua calls for collaborations to mitigate flooding across the country. President William Ruto signs the Statute Miscellaneous Amendment Bill 2024 into law, amending various provisions of 16 Acts of Parliament. Embu Commissioner calls on government to streamline implementation of housing projects. Thank you for choosing KUTV once again. Our sign language interpreter tonight is Lucy Kiarie, and I'm Yvonne Kemuma. Detectives from the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission (EACC) have arrested former Treasury Cabinet Secretary Ukur Yatani and Marsabit Governor Mohammed Ali over corruption cases. The arrest comes after detectives from EACC conducted major raids on homes of the two officials being investigated over alleged embezzlement of 8 billion shillings worth of county funds. Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua has called on citizens to collaborate with the government in finding lasting solutions to prevent the nation from the adverse effects of floods occasioned by the ongoing rains. This plea comes in the wake of flooding of several roads, disrupting transportation activities in Nairobi. Dorothy Musyoka was on that beat today, and here's that report.
The heavy downpour across the country has resulted in damages in Nairobi and its environs, as well as other regions across the country. Houses are submerged, businesses shut down, and transport crippled. In light of the significant losses encountered since the rainy season began, Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, while addressing the Nairobi Rivers Commission and relevant county agencies in his current residence, Gachagua urged citizens to collaborate with all relevant stakeholders in finding lasting solutions to mitigate the country's vulnerability to flooding.
Several estates are flooded as the limited drainage infrastructure is overstretched. It is even worse in areas where there is no infrastructure. Lives have been turned upside down. This calls for joint action to avert further negative impacts and establish and foster structures for sustainable containment of such episodes in Nairobi and restore its glory.
At the same time, Nairobi Governor Johnson Sakaja, during his visit to floods victim in Mathare, has cautioned residents on the ongoing rains, urging them to relocate as the rains continues.
The meteorological department has told us that the rains are going to continue, and so we urge people not to wait to be moved, but to actually move themselves. Tafadhali msingoje kusongeshwa. Kama pali huko, jana kulinyesha, unafikiri leo ni safe, leo labda mvua itakuwa zaidi. So usisubiri kusongeshwa. Jameni, watu wasonge mahali ambapo wameelezwa na wale sub-county admins, assistant county commissioners na deputy county commissioners ambao wako hapo.
Since the onset of the rains, transportation activities have been consistently disrupted in Nairobi and various areas, including Githurai, Kahawa, Mukuru, Mathare, Huruma, Kasarani, Juja, Ruai, among others, due to the flooding of a number of roads, including the major Thika Superhighway. Transport operators have since then called on the government to intervene and address the drainage system in the country.
Sawa, customer wenye tulikuwa nao, wengine walishuka, walikuwa wanapanda maroli, wanaenda na roli, wakiwa huko juu. Wengine tunawasimamishia zile basi zinapita, wanaenda hivyo.
Watu wanateseka sana, maji imefurika, daraja imefunikwa na maji. Tafadhali tunaomba serikali tusaidie. Watu wanateseka sana na watu wamechelewa wakienda kazini na shughuli za kila siku.
Kenya Red Cross, in collaboration with other multi-agency team and county governments, are conducting rescue operations in the country as the Kenya Urban Roads Authority emphasizes the need for vigilance on the roads. Dorothy Musyoka, KUTV.
President William Ruto has signed into law the Statute Miscellaneous Amendment Bill 2024 that amends various provisions of 16 Acts of Parliament, including use of technology to manage minor traffic offences and renaming of Utamaduni Day on October 10th every year to Mazingira Day. Theo Masharia has more.
At State House on Wednesday morning, President William Ruto signed into law various provisions of 16 Acts of Parliament sponsored by Majority Leader Kimani Ichung'wah. Some of the amendments signed include: the Office of the Attorney General shall now introduce an advisory board that will recommend for appointment and promotion of Deputy Solicitors General and State Council to address the issue of inadequate personnel to fulfill its functions. Utamaduni Day, celebrated every 10th of October, has been renamed to Mazingira Day for all Kenyans to engage in environmental conservation activities, including tree planting and growing, to realize the 10-year, 15 billion tree planting program envisioned by the head of state. The Traffic Act has also been amended to incorporate the use of technology along highways to manage minor traffic offences. The president shall now have powers to establish more than one specialized degree awarding institution specializing in national security issues. Other amendments signed into law include: denatured ethanol and supply gas meters have also been removed from the list of VAT-exempt supplies for economic safety and competitive edge. The National Intelligence Service has been exempted from the application of the Employment Act, similar to exemptions granted to other national security organs. KRA will fund intern wages and support technical and vocational education training and higher education operations. The Chief Registrar of the Judiciary shall now replace the Registrar of the High Court. The signing ceremony was held at State House, Nairobi, in the presence of Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, National Assembly Speaker Moses Wetangula, and Attorney General Justin Muturi, among others. Theo Masharia for KUTV News.
The government has been urged to foster closer collaboration between the county and national levels of government to streamline the implementation of housing projects. The call was made by the Embu County Commissioner Jack Obuo, who stressed the need to ensure a streamlined process to facilitate faster implementation of the housing project. National and county governments in order to streamline the approval process for constructing affordable housing units, thus preventing delays in implementation. Obuo spoke during a public participation forum on the proposed Affordable Housing Fund regulations held at the Embu Talent Academy. He highlighted concerns regarding the requirement for county governments to seek approval from their county assemblies before commencing construction, saying that this could impede the program's progress.
We wanted to be assured that the county, the ministry and the Council of Governors has done enough deliberation so that when the public bodies under the national government will be seeking land, we don't have a lot of bottlenecks.
The commissioner also called for utilization of the lands owned by the police stations and prisons in order to address housing shortages faced by officers in these institutions.
Most of our facilities, whether they are police stations or even administrative lands, are still registered under the county governments. And yet now the regulations say the board cannot do anything until the counties give approval. My fear is that the counties will take either too long or some will not even support.
This comes as the government has dismissed claims suggesting that the affordable housing project will benefit the wealthy instead of the low-income earners. This is according to James Maina, the Director General of the Housing Construction Program, who emphasized that the project aims to primarily assist middle-income Kenyans.
Houses are supposed to be accessed by all groups, including PWDs. In terms of provision for rifts, the standards are very clear. Any houses that is developed above four levels must have rifts.
Maina further refuted claims that the houses are overpriced, contrary to public perception.
These houses are accessible to everyone. It is not true that they are only affordable on paper.
Applicants will be required to submit their requests to the government via the digital platform accessible on the Boma Yetu website. Now, still on matters affordable housing, majority of Kirinyaga residents have proposed the scrapping of 10% deposit requirements to purchase the affordable housing projects, terming it expensive to the common mwananchi. This was during a public consultation meeting in regard to draft affordable housing regulations 2024 at the Kirinyaga Central CDF Hall.
Tumeona ya kwamba ndio ukue kwa hii project ya affordable housing ndio benefit nayo lazima uwe unalipa tax na lazima ulipe 10% kwa ile nyumba unaingia ndio ukue mmoja wao akuwe na one of the unit. Hii project ingekuwa affordable kama wamejenga manyumba. Nyumba mtu wao anapewa kama rent. Ukiingia kwa hiyo nyumba wewe unalipa kila mwezi kama ni 2,000 isikuwe yako. Ukishindwa na kulipa unatoka, so iwe rento.
Lakini kwa hii project sasa serikali imekutana na upinzani kubwa, hasa wafanyikazi wake wa serikali wenyewe. Juu wakati tuko katika social policies, shinda ya manyumba, tuseme wale watu wandogo wako na shida ya manyumba, si sisi kama wananchi kwa village. Iko watu wale wako kwa slums. Hao ndio wanatakiwa kuangaliwa waonekane watatoka slums namna gani. Sio serikali ingilie mifuko ya watu, kutoa pesa kwa mifuko ya watu kwa nguvu ati inaenda kutengenezea hao manyumba. Public participation kama inafuatwa kisheria ni kitu ya maana sana. Kama mtu anaulizwa bila kusuhudiwa, bila kupewa 200, bila kupewa 300 aulizwe Bwana Michael. Serikali inataka kufanya 1 2 3. Nipeane maoni yangu. Serikali ingekuwa imefuata mtaratara ile mzuri.
Na jukuko na affordable housing board now. These are some of the recommendations we are going to take so that we can ensure that the whole country is incorporated na tumeenda safari moja.
Now with that story, we are due for our first break here on KUTV News at 9. See you on the other side.
Maelfu na maelfu ya wahamiaji wakiwa na watoto kutoka nchi za Amerika ya Kati wanaendelea kuwasili kwenye mpaka kati ya Marekani na Mexico.
But folks, I'm going. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Ni habari kutoka pembe zote duniani.
Pepo pasi kukuvuku. Pepo pa ni idea.
Tazidi ananyonya, hanyonyi vizuri, anakuwa hayuko comfortable.
Jeshi la Jamhuri ya Kidemokrasia ya Kongo linapambana na waasi wa ADF.
Kwa sasa wanatoa wito kwa mashirika, makampuni na vile vituo vya uchukuzi.
Mambo mengi yatakwenda kama yalivyopangwa.
Hapa ni kuna mmoja wa viongozi wa chama cha wavuvi katika eneo hili.
Zaidi tunajaribu kuwapa chanjo ili ina boost ama inanyanyua kinga ya mwili, ndio inaenda kupelekea kupambana na virusi.
Ni Duniani Leo, Jumatatu mpaka Ijumaa, moja kwa moja kutoka VOA Swahili, Washington DC.
Are you an aspiring media practitioner, a graduate, or you just want to advance your skills in television production? Then welcome to Kenyatta University, where education meets innovation. KUTV, the premier university television station in Kenya, is now offering short courses in TV studio, field technical operations, and video editing. Through these courses, you will acquire hands-on skills on camera operations, media production, lighting techniques, audio-visual editing, and sound and visual control, and how to operate key equipment in modern TV control room. Enroll today at KUTV and discover your full potential in cutting-edge TV broadcasting. Graduates of these courses will receive professional certificates. For more information, visit our offices at KUTV Studios or call us on 020-870-4252 or 020-870-4255 or SMS us on 0739-110-544. KUTV, a new experience.
Access to knowledge, solution to unanswered questions.
Guidelines to pursuing your rights and repossessing your property, intellectual or material.
This and more only on Law Matters.
And thank you for being with us. We'll continue with the broadcast. In Kisii County, bright and needy students from Kisii County who missed bursaries in first term have a reason to smile after Governor Simba Arati disbursed a total of 245 million shillings to 60,000 students in the county. Those in secondary schools and TVET institutions received 167 million out of the amount allocated.
This time round, we are dispersing a total of 245 million shillings in bursaries to over 60,000 students in various secondary schools and vocational training centers. This is the second bursary allocation we are dispersing since my administration revived the county bursary fund, which had previously been done away with. I regret that this disbursement is coming in a date, having personally given out application forms in February. As you are aware, the delay was occasioned by a stoppage of our county budget due to stoppage or sabotage from the same leaders who petitioned to COB. Today, we are shaming the devil by this exercise where beneficiary students are receiving their checks just in time to start their second term in school.
Manyata Member of Parliament Gitonga Mukunji has urged parents to follow up on their children to ensure they remain in school in the wake of high cases of alcohol, drugs and substance abuse. Mukunji has also challenged TVET institutions to major on courses and research that will provide solutions to local problems. This story was produced by our very own Brenda Nyongesa.
In the wake of high cases of alcohol, drugs and substance abuse in Embu, Manyata MP Gitonga Mukunji has warned parents to follow up on their children to ensure they remain in school. He spoke while awarding 12 million shillings worth bursaries to learners in tertiary colleges at the University of Embu.
TVET institutions must teach courses that are adding value to what we produce as a country. We want a course about value addition of tea and coffee in Manyata TVET, ili watoto wetu wapate nafasi ya kuongeza value addition ya vitu zetu huku tuko.
Mukunji has challenged TVETs to major on courses and research that will provide solutions to local problems. He also condemned business operators responsible for selling poison in form of alcohol to a large number of the youths, thus interfering with their development.
Na mimi najua uchungu ya mzazi, kwa sababu wakati amepeana pesa yake, amejinyima mtoto aende shule, aende university, alafu mtoto arudi nyumbani akiwa mtu ambaye ana akili mzuri kwa sababu ya pombe na hizi drugs. Akia nani umeua mzazi?
Embu Children Officer Davlin Mundi revealed that a number of orphans, the less fortunate and the needy learners, don't benefit from the government funding despite the presence of various bursary sponsorships. Mundi has opined the need to merge all bursaries and ensure they are distributed through one government agency.
Mambo ya bursary wana MP. Those agencies that are giving bursaries in Kenya, I don't see why a child should fail a place in Kenya. Si Diego napeana, tutaona hapa, sisi kama idara ya watoto tunapeana, tunajua kuna Equity to Fly, tunajua kuna Jomo Kenyatta Foundation. There are so many bursaries that the government of Kenya is giving to the people of Kenya. But at the end of the day, we are seeing people or children who are unable to access those bursaries.
University of Embu Deputy Vice Chancellor Professor Kiplagat Kotut also challenged parents to enroll their students in universities, noting that their excuses are limited since they have a university near them.
Kwa hivyo ukiwapatia hawa wananchi bursaries, watasaidia kwa njia moja kwamba wataweza kwenda shule. Kwa hivyo kazi yetu ni kidogo katika kumopa wale wanafunzi ambao wako katika vijiji. Kwa wazazi, let's take this opportunity to make sure kwamba watoto wetu wako katika shule.
Parents are urged to keep a close eye on their children and educate them as a community in order to reduce criminal and drug cases in the country at large. Anyango Sylvia, KUTV.
Yes, and now we are in the sporting arena. Ruthless Arsenal laid to waste Chelsea in an absolute thrashing to establish a 3-point lead at the top of the Premier League table to stay on course. The Michael Arteta-led charge opened the score sheet 4 minutes after kickoff, courtesy of Leandro Trossard, before Kai Havertz and Ben White each scored a brace to hand the Blues their heaviest defeat of the season at the Emirates Stadium. The win takes the Ghana 3 points clear of the second place Liverpool, who have a game in hand. Thank you for choosing KUTV's news at 9. I have been Yvonne Kemuma. Our sign language interpreter tonight has been Lucy Kiari. See you next time. We'll call it a night.